Hello.
Привет!
Uh,
Seems everyone likes picking this house.
that seems like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
hello.
Oh, did not mean to do that, sorry. Okay. Hello. Who might you be?
A Russian lady named Natasha. Uh, you aren't
Bah, I
going
could tell you
to
were Russian.
spit on me, are you?
Spit on you, I'm not Chechen.
The last man that I met with any sort of accent spit on me.
I know exactly who you talk about, and you're not gonna be thrilled that I'm friends with him.
As long as you don't spit on me, I feel like we should be fine.
Da. Well, it would be pretty hypocritical of me if I did.
Now so,
Because I'm Ruski, da. I'm
suppose so,
Russian.
da. Oh, well, where from in Russian?
Novosibirsk.
Oh,
About as east as you can go.
da. Well,
Before you know, you reach uncivilized wilderness.
da. Well, do you live around here now?
Technically, I am temporarily living in here
Oh,
with my contract as well as well, the Chechen.
hmm. Contract?
Uh, I am what you some would call mercenary or hired dog. I prefer bodyguard for hire.
Hmm.
And contract is daughter of French businessman.
Hmm. French woman.
There.
Would happen to be Emily?
Niet. Do not know if you've heard her on radio. Goes by Charlotte. Often refers to someone as Meatloaf. Well, I am Meatloaf.
I did hear once on radio someone referring to or looking for someone named Meatloaf. Uh,
That would be me.
I'm guessing she cannot say actual name.
Spot on. Good.
Well, sometimes Russian is hard for others to speak.
She also has Tourette's, so if you do meet her,
Oh,
I'm gonna presume you know what that is. If not,
uh,
I can explain.
somewhat no. The,
The
will randomly swear, da?
and not just swearing. It tends to be whatever she thinks at the time.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean to say it, it just comes out. Often followed by a noise or, in her case, she goes, wow, in high-pitched tone.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Well. Hmm. Well. Have never met someone who has threats, but have heard a few people before uh, who mentioned meeting someone who had it.
Might have been
Sometimes
her.
pleasant, sometimes not. I guess it depends.
Do you have names of who you heard it from?
Before bombs dropped. Before bombs
Oh,
dropped.
before bombs.
Uh, Living in places where I lived, never ended up meeting someone who had threats, either because of city being too big to really meet everyone, or just no one in area have internet. Was
Hmm.
born in Moscow, so obviously city pretty big, so did not end up meeting anyone there who had it, and didn't end up staying there too long, honestly. Uh, Father was a
Never.
sorry, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Continue. No. You were not finished. You continue.
Father was soldier in the Red Army. He was moved around quite often and wanted to bring family with him. So wherever he went, we ended up going. Went from uh, Western Russia, uh, Moscow, Kiev, uh,
The
uh, ended up going to on one. I liked referring to it as adventures, as when I was younger. Ended up on one adventure going to Vladivostok.
the beautiful place.
The very long journey though.
The pain in ass.
The but it was a beautiful place.
Mm.
Ended up settling down out around here in Chinares shortly after. Well, it was shortly after he served in Afghanistan.
So,
Uh, I never truly, I suppose, recovered after that. Would never
mm.
open up about it. Said the things that he
Uh,
saw, he did not wish to share with family.
I can understand that.
Uh, it was difficult time for him, but eventually I'd like to say that he got better.
Mm.
I'd like to, but I know deep down he never truly got better.
Mm. The horrible place to go to war.
Nah, could
See,
always could always be worse though. Could have been in Chernobyl.
da. Yeah, with liquidators.
Nah, believe it or not, I
Heard
actually lived in Pripyat for a short time
oh,
before
how old are
reactor.
you?
40.
Jesus Christ.
Nah.
No, you do not look age over 30, and you're only wearing mask.
Nah. Well, I'm sure if I take mask off, age starts to show a little more, I suppose.
Eh, little bit.
Nah. Eh, long time it has been since I've been able to really, uh, I suppose, have conversation with someone.
Uh, First person I spoke to since bombs fell was Charlotte, and well, she wasn't too accepting of the fact I am Russian. But now she seems to be more accepting of it.
Hmm. Does not like Russians, like a Chechen man.
Uh, it's not really her fault. She had sheltered life that couldn't really do things herself.
Hmm.
Parents controlled her. Didn't leave country until now. Uh, and well, kind of raised with a little bit of racism in there, but not as bad as it can get.
Ah, I see, I see. Well,
She's learning, though. We'll call the irradiated homeless people, though. No matter how many times I explain it to her, she does not understand.
well, I did. It is not the first time I have heard someone refer to those things as homeless people.
Was it Chechen?
Well, that was Chechen, along with other people as well. Uh,
Oh,
there
the,
was a shit. There was a lot of people at fire station a few days ago. Uh,
uh,
that is how I met Chechen. It ended up
uh,
meeting a large group of people, and I
mm.
remember there was girl there, Victoria, and
Oh,
then
da, Victoria.
the, there was
With
also
Max and Mars?
there was Max. Did not
Mm.
remember other person's name.
Bony hat and ski mask was Mars. He's usually with them.
Hmm. There was oh
Wait,
Edgar. That was other person.
Edgar. Edgar.
Do
Name
not
rings bell.
uh, do not remember what he was wearing, but he was a friend of Max, I believe.
Da. I think I have met.
The, he
Uh,
it was a
I think he
interesting
ended
day.
up at the Camp Freedom.
I think I remember him saying something about that. Don't really know too much about that place, and it kind of same with that tower over there. Uh, don't really know too much about that either.
Well, general consensus is don't piss them off, and piss them
That
off by.
I kind of gathered that from a long time ago. Uh,
Oh, and uh, always specify to someone that you're not from the tower, because I've had about 5 separate people say to me, "Oh, are you from the tower?" Because I have Russian accent, huh?
well, considering Tower, from what I remember hearing, is all ex-Russian military. I don't think me walking around with submachine gun and shotgun on back would give Russian military vibe.
True. I mean, I've been walking around like this, even walking around with Ushanka on head, and they still ask. So,
True. People can't seem to differentiate one Russian from another Russian.
mm.
Eh, well,
Mild racism.
well, was supposed to be
So,
in contact with people from Tower. Uh, Possibly actually thinking of trying to join up with them, but mainly because of
yeah.
early on when people first started coming out of bunkers. There was a group that was formed, bandit group, known as Wolves, the Wolves. Uh, they were going around robbing people, and Tower
Mm,
ended up coming in. Before they were called Tower, they set up the towers in Severograd, and if I remember correctly, they began, uh, I guess you could say, campaign uh, against wolves, killing them all.
mm.
So it was a good cause that they ended up fighting for. In a way,
Never
kind
heard
of.
about these rules. Mm,
Well, by this point
sorry.
in time, they are all dead, from what I understand.
Mm.
Either that or have gone into deep hiding in woods. But pretty sure
Da.
they are all dead.
Heard about Black Hand.
That I have not heard about. Have been asleep for quite some time, so it might explain why. But
Uh, well,
were they
I didn't
bandit?
get out of bunker until a few weeks ago. Da, from what I gathered, mean ones too, abducted some priest and chopped his fingers off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh, or something along those lines. Very conflicting stories. Uh, Personally, try not to get mixed up in those matters. After all, I am one person's bodyguard, not a group people's.
Da. Hmm. Well, uh, can't really say I was ever a bodyguard, but police did end up, well, being on
Da.
police force did end up having times where I did need to protect someone.
Figured. Could kinda tell with where you carried self, da.
Really, how so?
Eh, that sort of always. What could I. Hard to word. You're always ready, da. When I walked through door, you had no idea who I was. Usually, when they see Russian with little AK and a helmet like this, I see someone flinch, and yet you just stood there and stared at me. An upheld conversation.
Well, da. Uh, Part of police training, I suppose. You don't go into situation expecting absolute worst outcome. Still have a
Yeah.
scenario where you think about something like that, you prepare for yourself like that, but you don't go and uh, have situation like that. And there is another person somewhere. I hear them pulling something out of bag. Hello, we don't bite. Come on in.
Oh,
I was
Zaldia.
already in. 2 lines.
Da.
Rifle. Yes.
The rifle I found in building. It is unloaded.
I put the
Oh, okay.
same with hat and mask.
Here, wait.
Ah,
I'm going to check something.
No worries. That is Zaldia, a member of Camp Freedom, Natasha.
oh. Where is Camp
Uh,
Freedom? I've heard quite a bit about it. Supposed to be safe haven?
Sinistock.
Sinistock. Jeez, that is quite far.
And
Fuck, I've been
It
living
doesn't
on.
seem that far when you walk back and forth 30 times a day.
Well, when you live all the way down in Chernogorsk, it tends to seem very far. Yeah, just
the
traveling all the way up here to Severograd was quite a journey for me. Took a few days. Well, a few days walk at least. And along the way you see quite interesting things. They've been around for a little while, and uh, used to be Trader and Vibor. Uh, he's now gone. From what I heard on radio, he is now dead. Used
Vibro.
to, da, would
Last I
travel,
saw that place, it was covered in the wonderful green stuff that we see outside, huh? Or
da.
bit outside.
It looks like it is just around industrial area. So I believe it could have
Oh,
possibly been some sort of a chemical spill, uh, or maybe from bombs dropping caused chemicals to, I guess, stagnate around that area.
from what I can tell from this whole situation, whether it is Russian or whatever else you want to speculate, seems like they're trying to root something out. Get rid of something completely.
The
They strike military camps, the towns, hunter camps, everywhere from the looks of it. Saw a
the
few fair share myself. Even
Uh,
coal mines. It's
And I have had experience with one of those shells being dropped on me. It was out
Mm.
at fucking hell. I think it was Stary Sobar. I
Oh,
seen
duh.
a red flare. Did not know what it was. I thought someone just shot flare in the sky and someone was in town. So I walked over to a police station where it was and started calling out, "Hello, hello, anyone there?" Started going to police station, clearing floor by floor, got to roof, and then suddenly ear-piercing shrieking sound as shell came down and hit ground. Or airburst, or whatever the fuck it is. It was quite the scary event.
Mm.
Nearly fucking died. Ran out of
Uh,
that building as quickly as I could, but still got caught in the gas. Did not have gas mask. And, well, because of that, I nearly fucking died. Closest I've come to
Seems
death.
rules have changed with war anyway, considering that is quite literally war crime, both the gas and what they're striking. So,
Da,
who knows? Maybe gloves are off.
da.
I mean, Doc thinks that it's the government trying to clear out, well, us, because
That is
he thinks
plausible.
that we uh we all carry the infection or something like that, and that it's just a matter of when we die and become
Infection?
them. Well,
What
I was
infection?
looking at the things, those walking corpses, and well, you know I'm a botanist. It seemed more like I don't want to say a spore. It didn't seem like a spore, but
Mm.
the stuff coming out of them, the black stuff, it's organic. It's not, but it's not human.
Hmm.
I was going to study some more and then possibly do something with the gas, because we have plenty of antidotes up at Camp Freedom. So if something bad happens, I can always just, pop one in.
Hmm.
Doc taught me how to use the EpiPens, so
Well,
Mm.
have not really seen any of those pen things, but a friend did end up using one on me to save me from gas. So, uh,
we have almost an entire box worth.
geez, that is quite a bit. Uh,
Yes.
give me one moment. I